This is Third World View on WORT 89.9 FM, and I'll be talking with Molly Nicaise of Singing Rooster Coffee Company, who I first encountered at the Fair Trade Festival at Monona Terrace here in Madison last December. The Singing Rooster tables stood out, even in the colorful Fair Trade Fest, and the name was intriguing, Singing Rooster. But the best was the offer of a sample taste of coffee, which was just as advertised, a rich, velvety chocolate body with a fruity finish. Delicious. I was sold and I bought some kookaroo while chatting about why I wasn't familiar with Haitian coffee and why it's not available everywhere. So today we have Molly Nicaise, president and co-founder of Singing Rooster Coffee Company, to explore that question. Molly, welcome to Third World View.
Lee, it's great to be here.
Molly, can you tell us how you got involved with Haiti in general and Haitian coffee in particular?
Sure. Well, my husband and I are longtime volunteers in Haiti, and we would go there traveling often on various trips. And a lot of the trips were around supporting schools, clean water, medicine, those kinds of aspects. And after a few trips of going, kind of noticed a pattern of what I want to say is sort of a giving mentality of nonprofits and a waiting for people to show up and help solve problems mentality of Haitians on the ground. And it was a little bit frustrating, only because we would go and a lot of action would happen when we would show up, and then nothing would happen when we'd leave. That kind of thing. And so it just sort of, the more I got into it and started reading about that, it became clear that there certainly were other paths to assisting Haitians.
And so there are, but why coffee?
Well, coffee, I'm going to blame that on Google. I own my own business. My husband owns his own business. We're entrepreneurs. We really like the idea of, economy building. So I came home and I Googled, I don't know if it was foolishly or what, but I Googled products of Haiti. And mango is their number one export. And they are delicious. If you ever have the opportunity to eat a Haitian mango.
Oh, I have indeed, and I agree.
They're fantastic, but mangoes scared me. They're perishable. What would I do with mangoes? Now I've got a lot of ideas about what I do, but that was beside the point. The second export was something called vetiver. It's a grass that they use to make perfume out of. And that is exported in, by the bushels to Europe, European perfumeries. And then the third on the list was coffee. I thought, coffee? Everyone likes coffee. Everyone drinks coffee. How hard could that be?
Yeah. So had you had coffee in Haiti, Haitian coffee in Haiti?
Yeah, when you go, it's sort of it's a treat. Warm water, a warm shower in Haiti is a treat. When you go into these incredibly impoverished rural areas, they don't eat meat themselves, but when you show up, they want to show you their generosity, and they give you meat. They give you the goat or the chicken, and coffee. Coffee's a treat. It's part of Haitian culture. A lot of Haitians in the morning, that is their breakfast. It's coffee with a couple spoonfuls of sugar, and it's delicious, and yet that's what they have.
Mm-hmm. So now you have the product.
Yes.
So then what was your next move?
Well, okay. So Haitian coffee, it was, Haitians have been farming coffee for 250 years. And in 1949, they were the third world's largest supplier. Thereafter, it kind of plummeted into disrepair for, a dozen different reasons. And so agriculturally, they could do it. They knew what was going on. It's just the trees were old, the machinery was broken, agricultural techniques were not necessarily modern, so we thought, okay, start one by helping with agricultural assistance, and that's what we did. And then we thought, well, that's what a lot of NGOs do. They go in and they prop up all the machinery, they help put in all the seedlings and this and that, but the missing link continuously for, I think, any third world farmer around the world is access to the market. What good is really terrific products if you can't sell it for really good prices. So we really started focusing our efforts on, okay, so they've got a good product. They're getting better and better at doing it. Now, how do we get farmers the biggest bang for their buck? And that's getting them closest to the table. So we spent an inordinate amount of time branding, creating a roastery, packaging, and now marketing aggressively Haitian coffee.
So just if I might stop you there, where did the Rooster come from?
The name?
Yeah.
Well, what I wanted to call it wasn't appropriate, and it was too long to fit on the bag. Uh-huh. So I'm convinced. I'm convinced that some clever marketing firm has made farm life idyllic in the minds of everyone around the world. And yet, farm life, it's harsh, and roosters, they start crowing anywhere after 11 p.m. All the way to dawn. The idea roosters crow at dawn? No. Some clever marketing ploy. So after a few sleepless, nights of roosters crowing all night long, I thought, well, I could either call it, hey, could someone go out there and wring the neck of that rooster? That's really long.
Yeah.
Or we could just call it singing. Clever.
Yeah, it's very positive as well.
It's a good spin.
Yeah. Well, it's beautiful. Did you design the bags yourself?
Yeah. I own my own boutique marketing firm. It's what I do. I help people brand. I build websites and stuff like that. So
because it's a lovely sort of turquoise and golden yellow. And
it's colorful. You go to Haiti and you see this plethora of colors just in their clothing, in their buildings, in their paintings, and in their art. The inspiration of just color, of brightness, of cheerfulness. It's 600 miles from the richest country in the world. And yet the level of poverty is so incredible. And when you go, and that just really stood out to me the most, the joyous. The full of life. So I thought the coffee brand had to represent just the joyousness of Haiti. Okay, so
where did you start selling the coffee?
Well, we just started online. That's what I do. I am a guerrilla marketer, and I just promoted the heck out of it. And the question is, would people buy Haitian coffee online and pay for shipping? Every day, which is surprising. But we market aggressively online, and I marketed very aggressively to other nonprofits who work in Haiti. I thought if they could buy my coffee wholesale and then resell it at their own events to raise money for their own work, it's a win-win. They take those proceeds back to Haiti. These farmers win by getting $3.50 a pound. I mean, that's unheard of. Our farmers make $3.50 for every bag of coffee sold.
And what's usual?
Well, usual, if it's fair trade, it's really bad, just open commodity markets. But if it's fair trade promises $1.80, plus they'll give a premium of organic certification. The secret to that, though, is that farmers have to pay for that certification, and it's thousands of dollars. So in its best day, maybe farmers are making $2, $2.20 off of fair trade, and that's really good.
And you pay how much?
$3.50.
Woo!
Yeah.
So I've been around development and charitable projects in poor countries for some time, and I have a sense that the Singing Rooster is a little bit different. How does it work on the ground? What is it that you do that you can pay farmers this much, and what do you demand of the farmers?
Well, what we've priced it. So Haitian green's pretty expensive. So us being able to sell the green to other roasters, they kind of scoff at the price. It's really expensive for other roasters to buy the green. Where we do catch up is when we found that we have to roast the coffee ourselves. Now we've regained competitiveness so that we can pay them $3.50 and still be competitive on the shelf as roasted packaged coffee at the supermarket. So that's how we priced it. Now we take our proceeds back and help farmers not just with improving agriculturally, but we help them with small business management, teach them basic accounting skills. Some farmers want to open up their own business. And so what we've done is that we learned pretty quickly that not every coffee being produced in Haiti is export quality. So then the question becomes, what do you do with it? Well, most farmers in Haiti sell their non-exportable coffee to a couple of domestic coffee roasters. And we thought, well, they're making all the money on the roasted coffee domestically. And domestically, Haitians go through a lot of coffee. There are 40,000 volunteers in Haiti at any given time from all nationalities. Now, that's a lot of coffee every morning. So we actually are helping farmers to launch Singing Rooster Haiti. So that we're going to roast coffee. We've started, that's what we went down there in February, to launch Singing Rooster. It's called Coq Chanté. That's in Creole. And so we're going to be able to infuse Haitian pockets even better.
Oh, and to have their own branded coffee, too. Fantastic.
Yes.
Is it the same package?
It's a similar package. I sort of, in Haiti, I didn't want to confuse it with the brand here in the States because it's export washed coffee, and we roast it here in Wisconsin in small batches, and it's exquisite. And the coffee in Haiti, a little bit different roasting circumstances, but yeah, we're going to call it Singing Rooster Coq Chante.
Very nice. And so I see you talking about other volunteer groups that you have a number of partners or some partners in Haiti. And who are those people?
Yep. Well, we do lots of partners. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. So we partner with Root Capital. They're a nonprofit lender, microfinance lender based in Boston. So they've been instrumental in helping us to develop some training. Basically, they also support farmers with accounting training. We partner with the International Bank of Development. They've been instrumental in giving us a grant to help us build coffee seedling nurseries and also upgrade equipment. And Catholic Relief Services is working in the coffee area, and we're partnering with them. And that's been a really fantastic partnership as well.
And beside growing coffee, what kind of jobs does the coffee production or roasting or picking or branding, or not branding, all of those steps that you have to do to get it before it gets here?
It's labor intensive. If those of you that love coffee out there, go look at Wikipedia and how to process coffee, and the steps involved are incredible. But the upshot of it is it provides tens of thousands of jobs. So not just the farmers. You've got people preparing the field before and after coffee. You've got people picking the cherries. You only pick the red ones. You have to crack open those cherries, wash those cherries, dry those cherries, and then the sorting of the cherries. And the women, now unfortunately, are given usually the worst jobs in coffee, and that includes picking them. It's hard. And then also sorting them. It's long. But the upshot is it is a field that employs tens of thousands of Haitians. And so if anyone out there wants to help Haiti, all you have to do is drink Haitian.
Well, I got my coffee at the Fair Trade Festival. And then I ran out and was sort of panicked, and I went online and found some more. But is there any place that I could just go and buy it here in Madison?
Yeah, no, you have the kookaroo. That's my special. That's my high-altitude roast. I am so proud of that. We are introducing locally. But you can get our Vienna, our most popular roast, at the Serve stores. And by the way, we love Serve, and we love Just Coffee for introducing us to Serve. We're so generous, Just Coffee. And the Serve store down next to Bluefees, and then they've got a new store on Upper State.
That's where my daughter gets it.
Yes, so go there for that, and we're hoping to introduce kookaroo very quickly because that was really popular at the Fair Trade Fest.
Yeah, it is wonderful, but I did see on the website that there were some other kinds that I will need to try.
Yes.
So what's the hardest part in all of this on your part? What was the most difficult thing that you encountered?
The thing that literally keeps me up at night or wakes me up at 3 a.m., it's the marketing of coffee. Third world farmers getting that farm to table concept that we celebrate here in Madison every summer when, we're meeting the farmers down around the market. That's what third world farmers need to get living wages. And creating open doors and access to markets is the challenge. Walk the grocery store aisle of any coffee aisle in the grocery store, and you'll see it. I mean, north to south, nonstop, it's coffee, and a lot of them are good stories. But being able to shout out and get recognition and get people to pay attention long enough, that's really, really been challenging. And getting in stores. Mm-hmm. So if there are anyone out there with access to stores, yeah, or an aunt or an uncle that own Perkins or Denny's, call me.
Okay, so how much of this coffee can you supply? I was wondering about that.
Well, Singing Rooster right now, we're buying around 80,000 pounds a year. And that's a lot of coffee. But now get this statistic. I read in Roast magazine about a year ago that Americans consume 200 containers of coffee every single day. 35,000 pounds a container. That's 7 million pounds of coffee. In its best year, Haiti's going to produce 25, maybe 30 containers. That's a fraction of one day. So it's doable. We can change Haiti just with coffee.
So we just have to get people to taste it, because I know that after they taste it, they're going to love it.
Yep.
And fair trade. You've managed to make this work, but there's so many pitfalls in fair trade. And how do we know that when we buy fair trade coffee that it really is, and it really is fair trade, or somebody's not bamboozling us or just trading on the term fair trade to sell us coffee?
Yeah, there's a lot of discourse right now going on with fair trade. Here's where I stand on fair trade. I think it's done some really terrific things for millions of farmers around the world. It certainly has put more money in the pockets of farmers. It's taken pesticides out of the fields. It's taken small children out of the fields and put them in schools. It's got programs of clean water, and that's fantastic. But it's still a model based on trade. And trade is a commodity, and it fluctuates. And so when prices are great for farmers, and right now, coffee's actually looking pretty good. Prices have skyrocketed 57%. But that doesn't necessarily translate into the pockets of farmers, is what we found out. And fair trade, again, it's a model based on trade. It's not a model based on living wages. So you look at someone like Just Coffee, who pioneered equal access, getting more money into the pockets of people who actually do the work. They have been instrumental. They're far exceeding the prices of fair trades as well. They've got close relationships. They buy the beans at really awesome prices. And I think that's where we're moving. Fair trade has been really good, but now we're ready for the next step, which is bring farmer access to direct markets. And when you start seeing that happen, farmers are going to win big.
I saw that some of the Singing Rooster farmers had visited the U.S. Yeah. Did you have anything to do with that?
Well, yeah. Last, the big coffee conference every year is called SCAA. It's the specialty coffee, and I've got mixed feelings about it. It's a great place to go and meet people and have really meaningful conversations. Farmers come from all over the world. And that is the really fantastic thing. And then you've kind of got the circus aspect of it where, $8,000 espresso machines. And I'm thinking,
yeah, I think I've seen those.
I'm thinking, boy, what I could do with $8,000 in Haiti. So, there's some foolishness that I think that we in the luxury world, we spend a little too much time on some foolishness. But yes, Haitians came and they were very proud. They came, they talked with other farmers. It's a beautiful way to engage actually farmers with the buyers. And when we started connecting farmers with, hey, these are people that want to buy your green, here are their issues. That's when people on the ground in Haiti started saying, wow, okay. So when you've been saying that, we're like, yep. So that's been really instrumental for them to hear it from more than just the rooster. Yep.
When the buyers say, "Oh, I don't like this," or "I need to have this," the farmers say, "Ah, well, I think we could do that."
It makes sense, right? When you put producers in contact with the buyers, it takes away all the questions, all the middlemen. They really understand the value of their product and the value of maintaining the integrity of that product.
Mm-hmm. In terms of the agricultural techniques, are you an agricultural trainer, or
no?
Did you find help with that? And where do you get somebody to help teach people to grow coffee well?
You know what? We met a front agency pretty early on. And again, this was sort of right at the onset of Singing Rooster, where we were, Christoph and I were very frustrated with the lack of...
Christoph is your husband?
My husband, yes.
Okay.
We were really frustrated with the lack of, NGOs going in and doing all this infrastructure work, but then, what were they going to do with the product? So it was just fortuitous, perfect timing. We met a French agency up in the middle of nowhere, in the Cajos of the mountains in the Central Plateau, and they had just spent 4 to 5 years training farmers for exactly perfect technique, but had no buyers of the coffee.
Wow.
So we showed up, bought the coffee, and inherited their agronomists because they moved on. Uh-huh. So we got their perfectly trained agronomists, and they're Haitian-born, and just beautiful people. And Fedner and Alphonse have been just absolutely instrumental. And we're tiny. And we've got motorcycles, and we travel over water.
It's probably a really good way to go.
It's fun. The pictures are great. The stories are great. Sometimes we have to take off our shoes. Sometimes we park at the base of a mountain. Sometimes a 70-mile drive can take 5 hours. And then we'll get to the base of the mountain, and then...
But you probably do it faster than somebody in a car that keeps breaking down.
Yeah, well, motorcycles are fast, and they're smooth. I will they scare me, but, the spiders there scare me too, so, it really is an adventure.
So do you have any, does Singing Rooster have anybody else that's identified with Singing Rooster on the ground in Haiti?
Oh, meaning employees?
Yeah, not employees, or what kind of infrastructure? Who does what?
Well, we work, so basically our agronomists travel to and from, we work in every coffee sector, major coffee producing area in Haiti, and there are a lot of them. Haiti's about the size of Vermont, and it's got 9 million people, and 65% of the land is vertical. Now, that's not great for most agriculture, but coffee. Coffee grows everywhere, loves mountains. So our agronomists travel everywhere. We've got an infrastructure of farmer co-ops that we work with in the tens of thousands. So, Christoph, my husband, goes once every other month. And then we've got 2 to 3 people that support our farmers on the ground. And we're tiny, but roosters move fast.
80,000 pounds of coffee, right?
Hey, look, folks, we need help drinking that coffee, and Haitian is classically Caribbean. It is smooth and chocolatey, lemony. It's very reminiscent of an island coffee from Hawaii, and very reminiscent of Jamaican coffee.
But a lot cheaper.
Cheaper. Jamaican Blue sells for $50 a pound in Miami.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can buy Singing Rooster for under $12.
You sure can. I do it. So, to just go over what we've been talking about, the farmers in Haiti are formed into, they grow coffee, but they have co-ops, and these co-ops are the basis of where you will where you sort of gather the beans that are ready for export at that point, because the co-ops take care of all of the processing that needs to be done to that point.
Coffee harvesting starts at the base of the mountain as early as October. And the higher you go up on tall mountains, you can finish picking that mountain in April. Mm-hmm. And so what the farmer co-op does is that buys those cherries throughout that whole season. Mm-hmm. But that farmer co-op will only make money in April when they sell that coffee. And so we learned very early on that farmer co-ops needed money to support them from October through April. And that's really instrumental in what we do is we provide that pre-harvest financing and payday financing.
Mm-hmm.
And that has been really instrumental in terms of farmer co-ops being able to then buy the beans from the farmers and then processing them. And again, coffee processing, it's labor intensive.
But everybody gets paid that way. When there's money available, everybody does get paid when they need it, not not having a big hungry season.
Can you imagine? These are some of the poorest people on the face of the planet. They bring their cherries in, and if we weren't there, they wouldn't get paid till April.
Yeah.
And sometimes not even then, because money runs out, money runs away. It's an interesting situation, but we're able to say, here's your product, you get paid for that, and then we bring money back. After we sell the roasted coffee, we bring back a minimum. When we wholesale it, we're bringing back 50 cents a pound. When we retail it from our website, we bring back, dollars. Mm-hmm. And then we give it back to the farmer in the form of matching grants. Those matching grants are always given towards business development. They have to keep improving equipment upgrades that'll make coffee faster, they'll make more money, stuff like that.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So, any plans for the next year? What are you going to work on?
Boy, next year, really trying to get inroads into markets. For any listeners out in Milwaukee, we're in the Outpost stores. We've got food co-ops up in Minneapolis as well, Seaward and East Side co-ops. So we are really anticipating making inroads into grocery store cooperatives, which makes sense. They understand the farmer-to-farmer model. Madison is hosting the Farmer Cooperative, Grocery Cooperative Network this June in Madison. So we're hoping to go down there and meet a whole lot of grocery store owners.
All you have to do is take that coffee.
Yeah, I'm thinking, I've seen those pictures of the coffee. You can actually have a backpack.
Oh,
yeah.
What a good idea.
Yeah, you can have a backpack full of hot coffee and shoot it into a little cup, and that's going to be me in June, downtown.
Okay, I'm going to come and take pictures.
Good.
Okay, so I've been to the website, and I found my coffee there, and anybody else who wants to can. It's singingrooster.com.
Org.
Oh, .org, I'm sorry. Singingrooster.org. But you probably get there either way, right?
We own .com. It bounces you to it. Yep.
Okay. So we've been talking today to Molly Nicaise from the Singing Rooster Coffee Company about Haitian coffee and how you can get it and how it's made and how it grows and et cetera, et cetera. So this is WORT FM 89.9. Turning it over to Steve.
Pable vini ma voye chercher. L'aime voye chercher au pico pas marcher. Moi connais son femme qui remet parler, l'on commence au va m'en dériter. Sous pable vini ma voye chercher. L'aime voye chercher au pico pas marcher. Moi connais son femme qui remet parler, l'on commence au va m'en dériter. Anita ou parler, combien cabane ou gagner, combien matelas ou gagner, combien rucksack ou gagner. Rete Anita, rete, rete Anita, rete. C'est un papou. De tout bagay la.
Well, folks, we are just about out of time on Third World View here. I'd like to encourage you to stay tuned for Salamat, which is coming up next at 6 o'clock. And please join us again next week here on Third World View. Rete
Faites pas la velle.
Parlez, parlez.
Anita petit, c'est plutôt petit, mais si vous chou pas petit, vous portez premier prix. N'en parlez ça fait mon, toujours dans la rue, parce que veillez ça fait mon. Alors, parlez, 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 maman. Parlez, 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 maman. Parlez, 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 maman.
Third World View is written and produced by a collective of volunteers. We welcome your comments and suggestions. You can also contact us at the station if you're interested in joining our collective and helping to bring Third World issues to the airwaves. Third World View can be heard every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. right here on WORT, your community radio.